In this video, I'll be telling you things about how to prepare for an interview. So for those people who wanting to get a job or any line of work depending on what qualifications you have on board with you. Okay, first is before the interview, you must research the company and the interviewers. So which means that you have to research what company are you applying for and who are involved. Like for example, if you are applying for a manufacturing, so you need to at least know the product that the company is producing. So you need to know, so you'll be able to answer the interview that they're gonna ask you for possible questions. Or if you are applying as a sales lady or something like that, or working in a retail, then you need to know the product that the company is selling, since if you're gonna be wanting to work in the retail business. Or if you are applying for a job, to get a job in the office or in the administration or in the marketing department or something, then again you need to research the company, their portfolio, what they are manufacturing, what is the company is all about, and then the interviewers, which means the panel of people who will do the interview for you. Okay, number 2 that you need to know is practice your interview answers, which means you need to prepare your answers to the common questions like, tell me about yourself. That is a very common question that most of the interviewers will ask you, tell me about yourself. So if they ask you that, you need to say something about yourself. You could include the weakness, your weaknesses, your strength, and who you are, and why they are going to hire you. So you need to be able to express yourself. What are your qualifications, or what can you bring to the company, and why they are going to hire you. So that is practicing your interview answers. So you need to practice, like the common, as I said, the common questions that comes in is like, tell me about yourself. So you need to be able to say something about yourself. The third one will be, you're gonna reread the description, meaning you know the position, what you are applying for the job. So you are reading the job description. Like for example, if you're applying for being a sales assistant or in the retail industry, so you'll be able to know the description of the job within the job role, within the whole of what they offer. Or if you're applying for the like call center or something, so you'll be able, you need to read the description of the job, what comes in. So like in the call center, you have to have a good telephone manner. So that's very, very common. You need to be able to listen. You have to use your ears, and then you'll be able to speak and understand the questions if you wanted to work in the call center. And then another tip that you can work on is you have to practice answering questions with someone. So like for example, if you are, you print out the sheets, for example, you print out the sheet, and then there's possibilities of lots of questions. And with this, you might be able to have somebody with you read with you, and then they might be able to interact with you by asking you questions and you answer them beautifully, as in like, in any interview, job interview, you only have to do your best and be yourself and be honest. So another tip is you have to prepare list of references. So when you're preparing for a job interview, though, in your CV stands for curriculum vitae, or in other countries they call it biodata, but we don't use biodata, so we call it CV, curriculum vitae, which is a French word for similar to biodata is what you call it. So you have to, on your CV, you have to have list of references. So references of work will be one of your previous employer maybe, or second is it could be someone you know that who can vouch for a good moral character for you. So those are references that you can gather so that when the interviewer will ask you questions like, can I have your references? You'll be able to present it. So you need to gather those written references so that you'll be able to prepare for an interview. And then it might be that the next other tip is the interviewer might ask you for some demonstration of, like, for example, what do you do in the last job you are in, or what was your job role? So if they ask you that, you'll be able to express yourself by just being yourself, and you're able to explain what job were you doing at your last job. So like, for example, if you're in the manufacturing, you'll be able to discuss about how you manufacture the products. Or if you are doing a retail, like who works in the mall or in a shop or something, so you're in the retail business or sales or something, you'll be able to express by telling the interviewer the example what you do, like maybe stock taking, or how you greet the customers, or you do like reduction promotions, and also those are the very, very basic. And if you are wanting to get a job in the management level, so it's a different category. So if the management, you have to have the skills that you'll be able to express yourself by telling them or convincing them why you deserve that job to be hired. So you must have that skills within you to be able to express yourself, if you know, like you're applying for a management level. So you'll be able to show your credentials, your references, and what have you attained so far. So those were the very basic that when you attend or you're preparing for an interview. But the very basic, the first one is you need to look smart. So if you go for an interview, you need to look smart. So you have to dress appropriately in a way that you look very respectable. So you look very smart. So you might have like a pleated trousers or skirts for women, and a long sleeve polos or a blouse or something, or a blazer or a suit, depending on what job you are applying for. So those were the very basic preparation when you are applying for a new job. So to prepare yourself for an interview. So those were the